I was born and raised in a tucked-away holler in rural West Virginia, the kind of place where stories live longer than people and the land remembers every footstep. My family's been farming cattle out here for 3 generations, and we've always made peace with the woods. You give the land respect, it gives back. But that fall, something changed. It started slow. Just odd little things. My cows, solid, reliable beasts, began acting strange, refusing to come to the barn, standing still for hours, all facing the tree line like statues. I figured maybe a bear was circling or a coyote. I'd seen my share. But when I checked the fence line, there weren't tracks, just claw marks in the wood, like something trying to get in or out. One morning, I found one of the calves dead, not torn up like a predator kill, more like it had been broken. Its neck was bent at an angle no living thing could survive, and its eyes were still wide open. I buried it quick, didn't tell anyone. That night, I heard a low groan echoing across the hollow. Not a coyote, not an owl. This was deeper, almost like a moan wrapped in static. I stepped onto the porch with my shotgun and a lantern, and I swear the woods breathed in. Nothing moved, no insects, no wind. Then came the smell, like sulfur and wet fur left in the sun. My dogs, usually loudmouth mutts, whined and crawled under the porch without a peep. I didn't sleep a minute. The next night I set up camp near the edge of the tree line with my old trail cam and a thermos full of coffee. I wasn't hunting anything. I just wanted to see what was scaring my herd. What I saw wasn't supposed to be real. It came just past 2 in the morning. First, the trees went still. No breeze, no rustling, like the entire woods was holding its breath. Then the cattle stirred, low, throaty grunts, and the kind of nervous movement that says something unnatural is close. I heard the snapping of branches, slow, heavy. Whatever it was, it walked on 2 legs. Then I saw it. It stepped from between the trees like it had peeled itself out of the dark. White, not fur exactly, but something coarse and stringy hung off it like a wet rug. It was tall, maybe 7 feet, with shoulders too wide for a man and arms that hung too long at its sides. Its head was shaped like a sheep's, but twisted. The snout longer, the eyes too far apart, and black as coal. It didn't blink. I was frozen, heart pounding in my throat as the thing sniffed the air. Then it tilted its head, like it sensed me. I didn't move, didn't breathe. It crouched, limbs bending the wrong way, and moved low through the brush toward the pasture. That's when I realized it wasn't after me. Not yet. It wanted my cattle, and it was fast. It cleared the fence like it was nothing and went straight for a heifer. The cow barely had time to bellow before the thing was on her. No roar, no growl, just silence as it crushed her neck with a single jerk. I poured. The gunshot shattered the silence, and the creature turned, not in pain, but in surprise. It stared right at me, head cocked, and I swear it smiled. Then it dropped to all 4s and sprinted back into the trees like a spider. I didn't chase it. The next day I called the sheriff, told him it was a cougar, maybe a wolf. He nodded, said he'd look into it, but I could see it in his eyes. He'd heard stories too. I built a higher fence, hung charms on the posts, old folk symbols my grandmother taught me. My family thought I was losing it, but the killing stopped for a while. Sometimes I still hear it in the woods. Not close, just far enough to make me wonder if it's watching, waiting. People say the sheep squatch is just an old mountain tale, something made up to scare kids. But I've seen its eyes, I've smelled its breath, I've heard it move when the world goes still. And I know this, there's something in the Appalachians that don't belong to us. And if you hear branches cracking outside your barn at night, don't open the door.
If you enjoyed this story, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new tale. Got an idea or a story you'd like to hear? Drop it in the comments. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and keep the lights on.